Imagine you walk into work tomorrow morning and your boss hands you a piece of paper. Congratulations, your salary is doubling immediately. You are jumping from $3,000 a month straight to $6,000. Your brain probably starts running the numbers before you even leave the room. You start picturing a move to a bigger apartment, leasing a much nicer car, or finally booking that premium vacation you have been putting off for years. But here's the strange reality of modern personal finance. Millions of people have experienced this exact jump in income, and yet a massive percentage of them are still living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to cover their basic monthly bills. Earning twice as much money creates a highly convincing illusion of wealth, but on its own, a high income guarantees exactly zero financial security. Let's look at two entirely different earners. Person A makes $50,000 a year, while person B makes $150,000 a year. Almost everyone automatically assumes person B is wealthier. This chart shows exactly why that assumption is flawed. Look at person B's income. They have a massive $150,000 block of incoming cash. But because they maintain an expensive lifestyle, their expense block completely eclipses it at $145,000. That leaves a remarkably thin $5,000 sliver of actual savings. Now look at person A. They are bringing home a much smaller $50,000 income block, but their expenses are tightly controlled at $30,000. Look at the sliver of savings now. It is $20,000 wide. If we project this chart forward over the next few years, you can see exactly who is building net worth. Person A's savings block multiplies rapidly, while person B's stays almost entirely flat. A massive paycheck definitely provides the opportunity to get rich, but what actually builds true wealth is the specific percentage of capital you manage to keep. The reason it's so hard to keep that capital is due to a trap called lifestyle inflation. This is the tendency for our personal expenses to automatically rise to perfectly match whatever new income we bring in. But it rarely happens all at once. A new streaming subscription, ordering food delivery more often, upgrading your phone plan. Month by month, those minor upgrades eat up the difference, and your bank account balance stays exactly the same as it was before the raise. Psychologists point to a specific biological mechanism that causes this. It's a concept known as hedonic adaptation. Our brains are biologically wired to adapt. When you buy a luxury car or high-end apartment, you get an intense surge of happiness. But within a few weeks, your brain gets completely used to it. The initial thrill fades, and what used to be a luxury simply becomes your new, ordinary baseline. Because our neurology actually forces us to adapt to these comforts, trying to buy lasting satisfaction with a higher salary is a mathematical dead end. It locks people into a permanent, unwinnable race for more income, just to maintain the same feeling. A high salary also creates an immense amount of false confidence. When a lot of cash is flowing in, people feel highly comfortable taking on oversized debt obligations, like massive mortgages and expensive car loans. The danger is that all of those large obligations require constant, high-level cash flow to sustain. If that primary stream of income is suddenly reduced or lost entirely, the whole financial structure collapses underneath them. This split-screen diagram shows the difference between visible wealth and invisible wealth. On the left side, we have visible items, things like luxury cars, watches, and designer clothes. Notice how they actively drain funds out of the central bank account. On the right side, we have invisible vehicles, index funds, rental properties, and business equity. These are feeding capital directly back into the account. If we focus just on the invisible side of this diagram, you see a continuous loop of capital flowing. This is the strict definition of an asset. An asset is an entity that produces cash flow and puts money into your pocket without requiring your active physical labor. The people who actually achieve financial independence aren't measuring their wealth by the luxury items they display. They measure it by the invisible engines working quietly in the background to eventually replace the need for their daily labor. So let's go back to that opening scenario. Your boss doubles your salary tomorrow. Instead of treating that money as permission to consume, treat it as a strategic test. This flowchart outlines exactly how to pass that test. Keep your baseline lifestyle the same. Set up automatic transfers so 90% of new income is diverted directly into an investment bucket, completely bypassing your checking account. Prioritize buying income-generating assets before lifestyle upgrades, and avoid new debt. Watch the investment bucket convert into small asset nodes, trickling secondary income back to the top. Systematically increase your invested percentage every year. The investment branch grows visibly wider, restricting checking flow while asset nodes multiply. Real wealth is simply the mathematical gap between what you earn and what you spend. The larger that gap becomes, the more it translates directly into time, choices, and autonomy. Math is important, but human behavior overrules math. The conscious decision to purchase assets instead of a flashy lifestyle is the single deciding factor. It is the only thing that dictates whether you stay in the rat race forever or eventually buy back your freedom.